The personal computer, vinyl records, and the Kurtz are all on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is August 12th, 2022. It is the 224th day of the year. We got 141 days left. It is the 32nd Friday in the 33rd week and the 53rd day of summer. If today's your birthday, you're still a Leo. Today is National Vinyl Record Day. This is what it says on their website. Get spinning on August 12th with National Vinyl Records Day. Whether it's the Beatles, Elvis Presley, the Monkees, Johnny Cash, how long ago was this written? It's like they ended it at the 70s. Vinyl records, I had Duran Duran, I had The Clash, English Beat I had on vinyl. They're still making vinyl. Anyway, back to what it says from their website. Most will agree vintage vinyl is as classic as the bands themselves. When vinyl records first came on the market, they had other names. Some of them were gramophone records or phonograph records. It even goes on to explain what it looks like. I mean, everyone knows what a vinyl record looks like, but here's their explanation. The analog sound storage medium consists of a flat disc. Groundbreaking. The sound is recorded by inscribing on its modulated spiral groove. Yeah, I don't know if everyone remembers, but they had different speeds. You pick the wrong speed and it's like, oh, what wrong speed? 45, 33 and a half, and 78. I remember the 33, I don't remember the other ones. By 1991, vinyl records left mainstream. However, manufacturers continued to produce them. Collectors and audiophiles, as they're called, increasingly desire the unique sound that only vinyl can produce. Since 2006, vinyl record sales have continued to increase, according to Pitchfork.com. Even more dramatic sales started hitting the market beginning in 2012. Yeah, I know a lot of people that they still go out and that's what they do on the weekends. Some people go antiquing or whatever. Other people go out and hunt down vinyl records. All right, let's see what else August 12th has given us. 1898, the Hawaiian flag is lowered from Iolani Palace at the annexation ceremony and replaced with the flag of the United States to signify the transfer of sovereignty from the Republic of Hawaii to the United States. And if you talk to any Hawaiians that know much about their history, they think this was a really bad move. When other countries join bigger countries to become, one country, it rarely sits well with the locals. I mean, for the Hawaiians, it was a good deal in respects of protection, so they were never invaded by anyone else, even though Pearl Harbor happened there. Open up new trade routes, things like that. But after that, there wasn't a lot for the Hawaiians in this deal. 1952, the night of the murdered poets. 13 prominent Jewish intellectuals are murdered in Moscow, the Soviet Union, which is now Russia. 1981, the IBM personal computer is released. 1990, Sue, the largest, most complete Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton is found by Sue Hendrickson in South Dakota. Now, this is really interesting how Sue was discovered. During the summer of 1990, a group of workers from the Black Hills Institute, which is a geological organization that hunts for and researches fossils. They were doing some research around the Cheyenne River Indian Reservation in western South Dakota, near the City of Faith. Towards the end of the summer, the group had found some good fossils and they were getting ready to leave. That's when they discovered one of the trucks had a flat tire, so they decided some of the people would stay behind with the rest of the equipment. They'd take the other truck and go get the tire fixed, come back, and all that stuff. So this Sue Hendrickson, while she was waiting, decided to look along this cliff that was right near where they parked the truck. She knew they hadn't looked around that area. They had other places they were looking at, so she just kind of wandering over there, and she happened to come across a small bone just laying in the dirt. She looked up at this cliffside, could see where the bone came from. There's other bones sticking out of the cliff. So she took the little piece that she had and reported it to the Black Hills Institute and to a man named Peter Larson. He determined that this was in fact part of a T-Rex. They went back, and this was almost a complete T-Rex skeleton, just laying there in the dirt. They figured whenever this T-Rex had died, she'd been covered up by mud. Maybe that's even how she died, in a mudslide, something like that. But for whatever reason, she was covered up with this mud, and this didn't give scavengers a chance to, feast on her and carry off some of her bones. There they sat for over 60 million years. Now, where it gets interesting is who owned this? Who had legal ownership over Sue, the dinosaur, not the lady that discovered her. The Black Hills Institute obtained permission from the landowner, Maurice Williams, to excavate and remove the skeleton. he was paid $5,000 for the remains. Well, when Williams found out how much this thing was worth, he had a different story. He was under the impression that this $5,000 was sort of like a down payment so they could take out the bones, clean them, and get them ready for sale, which at that time, he'd get a bigger payday. Williams was a member of the Sioux tribe, and the tribe claimed that the bones belonged to them. However, the property where the fossil had actually been found was held in trust by the United States Department of the Interior. And in 1992, the FBI, along with the South Dakota National Guard, raided the site where the Black Hills Institute had been cleaning the bones and seized all the fossils. So there was a bunch of legal hoops that they had to jump through, and in the end, Williams won the case and got Sue. Shortly after, he decided to put her up for auction. Now, at the time, a lot of people were afraid that some eccentric billionaire would just buy him outright, and no one would ever be able to see Sue again. This was a big concern by the Field Museum in Chicago. So they put it up for auction, and California University System put in a bid, Walt Disney, Parks and Resorts put in a bid, McDonald's, Ronald McDonald House put in a bid. In the end, on October 4th, 1997, the auction began, and the starting price was $500,000. The Field Museum in Chicago won the bid, bidding $7.6 million. The final cost was $8.3 million. 1992, Canada, Mexico, and the United States announced the completion of the negotiations for the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA. 1994, Major League Baseball players go on strike, forcing the cancellation of the 1994 World Series. 2000, the Russian Navy submarine Kursk explodes and sinks in the Barents Sea during military exercise, killing the entire 118-man crew. Movies released on August 12th, 1988, Young Guns. This was a pretty good movie. It had all the hot male actors of the day. Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, Dermot Mulroney. I like Young Guns. I think they made like 2 other ones. I only liked the first one, if I remember correctly. It's a biographical western about the adventures of Billy the Kid. The film opened #1 at the box office. A sequel, Young Guns 2, was released in August of 1990, and it pretty much had the same cast, but I just looked it up, and actually the third one is called Guns 3, and it's supposed to start filming in 2023. Originally, it was supposed to be released in 22, but I think it got pushed back because of COVID. Born on August 12, 1992, Cara Delevingne, fashion model who can be seen as the face of Burberry, Chanel, Oscar de la Renta, and Stella McCartney. She's also an actress, and she played the Enchantress in the 2016 film Suicide Squad. In 2019, she joined the cast of Amazon's Carnival Row. More recently, during the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard trial, photos of her and Amber Heard canoodling in an elevator came out. I'm sorry if you guys don't like the word canoodling. I love the word canoodling, and I don't know why. Died on August 12, 2007, we lost Merv Griffin. He created the long-running TV game show Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy! He founded Merv Griffin Enterprises and Merv Griffin Entertainment. I knew him from his talk show. The Merv Griffin Show was on from 1965 to 1986. My grandmother used to watch it all the time, and I'd always be up at my grandmother's house after school when I was a kid, and it was always on. He married Julianne Wright in 1958, and he credited her with coming up with the Jeopardy! Concept. He actually hosted The Price is Right for about a week while Bill Cullen was out on a trip. Merv Griffin was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and he was treated originally in 1996, and it returned, and he was admitted to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, where his condition deteriorated rapidly, leading to his death on August 12, 2007, at the age of 92. I liked him. My grandmother loved him. Alright, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a productive day, and be nice to each other.